Hey, Barry here. Mr. Reynolds, if you're nasty. Nasty boys. And welcome to Barry the Gimpy Gamer, the artist formerly known as a Gateway Gamer. Copyright pending. So usually I don't showcase things, unless I believe in them. Now, I never had a sponsor. That's a mighty fine H2O. And I still don't consider this being sponsored. I plan on shipping these games back to Scott, except for one, which got claimed. He's not getting that one back. Any views or thoughts expressed on these videos are mine alone. They are not the opinions of Board Game Geek Store, or anybody under their umbrella. So why am I doing this? Well, because Scott's got me chained to this room and said I can't leave until I make a video for these games. It's been 6 years. I've been living off of nothing but beaver bites and brisket. I need a haircut and a shave. Somebody let me out, please. I'm kidding. Or am I? I was having a discussion with Scott Alden, owner of Board Game Geek, and we were discussing the BGG Store and how it was hard for him to sell certain games, Asian games in particular, I believe the conversation was about. So I went on to the BGG Store and I saw this, and this, and this. Now, most of the games in the BGG Store are from foreign publishers, Asian publishers, French publishers, stuff like that. These publishers do not have any videos in English on how to play the game or any gameplay videos of these games. So I said to Scott, send me these games. Hey, Beaks. And he did, without question. He actually sent me a gift card and told me get whatever I want. But the real reason I'm doing this is this game right here. More importantly, what's in the box. I was talking to Scott on the album one night, and I was asking him about the Geek Up bits for Quacks. Jen and I got the game. We quite enjoyed it, but I was having a problem with my hands. I have some neurological issues with my hands and legs. And we were talking about this, and Scott sent me the Geek bits for the base game and every expansion without me asking, without me prompting, just on his own. I've also seen Scott do this with other people, not only myself. If you want to check out Cafe Momentum, where he donates the proceeds from the BGG flea market or Fall Con to help improve the lives of underprivileged people by introducing them to the restaurant business, take them out of the hoods that they're in and opening them up to a new world. Like I said, I'm not the only one Scott's done this for. That's why I'm doing this, because it's Scott. Not only Scott. This is a family affair with Scott. You know, his wife's involved with the BGG Store when they go to cons. His mother and father-in-law are there with him, along with Beth and Christine, who runs the store. And over the years, I've met many of the BGG crew, and they're all good people. So if I can support them in any way, I will. If you want to support BGG, go to their website and become a user. Or you could go to the Board Game Geek YouTube website and like their video. Click subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification button. Or you could go to the Board Game Geek Store, where you'll find board games, promos, accessories, and more. All I am saying is give Scott some cash. So that's why I came out of retirement after 6 years. That, and he will not unlock the chain. So pull up a chair. I got the game, some WD-40, because I'm a rusty. And let's see what's in store. Alright guys, it's me thanks time for what I call the in-store experiment. Scott was gracious enough to send me some games so I can make some videos on it. These are featured in the store. We had a conversation. He was wondering why some games sold better than others. I saw that none of these games really had a video on how to play them in English, so I decided to do them. I'm really grateful for Scott for sending them to me, like I said, and if he said this worked, you know, it did something, would you mind doing it again? I probably would. I wouldn't do it to this extent. I wouldn't 14 games and cram them in there, maybe 1 or 2 a month. You know, probably 2 a month. If it happened, which I doubt, the views on this just wouldn't be seen, I'm sure. My channel's basically dead. It's been inactive for 5 or 6 years. And these games aren't the new hotness, so people really won't be searching them. I don't think. But at least, you know, if you go to the BGG Store now, you could click on the BGG website for that game, and you can see how it's played. Whether the video is good or not, I'll let you be the judge of that. So I am quite glad I did this. I figured it would help me in my recovery. This whole experience. That's why it's an experiment to me. I honestly didn't know if I could do it in the beginning, just because of some health stuff that happened in the past. My back got really damaged. The spinal cord in my neck got compressed. I lost my hands and legs there for a while, and the focus is gone. I have a hard time multitasking with stuff anymore. But that's neither here nor there. I haven't really been in the hobby much either. Like on the peripheral, I go on the weekly Boom with Scott and Lance and them guys. Matt and Far shows up a lot, and I hear about stuff through them, and I do watch videos, but I like long form videos, like the ones I make. Before You Play's a good one. Off the Shelf, I like them. That guy. On the BGG YouTube website, the game night guys. I love Lincoln and Nikki and them guys. Doug Harrington. There's a bunch of them, but I like the longer format, and it seems like the media end of it's going towards the shorter snippet type things. And I find that the board game industry is in a kind of a weird state for me. It's not so much the social issues that's been going on in a couple of years. Anytime you get groups together that don't, they're new to each other, there's going to be some friction. Eventually that'll work itself out. I'm not worried about that stuff. We've seen, there's the supply issues that's hurt the industry over a couple of years. But even before that, before the pandemic and all that, Kickstarter's a big concern. Kickstarter was great for what it was. Gave a lot of people their dreams to get games made. But now it's more like a PR machine than me. Not only Kickstarter, but GameFound and the other ones. And they're just pushing games out constantly. All the big channels, that's all they cover. Everybody's, new game comes out, everybody covers it, So the media end of it seems to lost the passion for board games for me. Not all. There's still great channels, the big guys, Rodney, Tom over there, his crew. They do a wonderful job. It's just, everybody hops on the bandwagon, and there's hundreds and hundreds of games coming out each year that nobody even hears of. This one in particular was a Kickstarter. Last Garden. It just got lost in the shuffle. It's a decent game. It was the artwork didn't click for me, but it's a decent game, and nobody hears about it. Just in with the shuffle. All these games, that are in Board Game Geek, they're the same way. They just got lost in the shuffle of the hundreds and hundreds of games coming out each year. Granted, when I think of the Board Game Geek store, it's not. I don't think of a new hotness. When I usually go there, it's for promos or the accessories, shirts, stuff like that. The games themselves, for me, there's always been abstract games and stuff like that, which, like I said in the past, once I get gaming with them, I love them. They're not my first pick. And it's not really normally filled with the hotness. But these are all quality games. I haven't disliked a game. I dislike playing a game, I should say. Looping's just not for me. I don't like this silliness thing in a game. I never did. But it's a good family game. The rest of them, Patios, even though the English version of it, the rulebook was horrible, and it was horrible. It's a good game. If you like that type of game, I do. I like the role selection, tile laying pattern, or set collecting thing. Cash, which is just what you can do with just a handful of cards. That game, how that works back and forth, that really surprised me. I just thought it'd be a regular, we're going to match the cards, move on thing. But it wasn't. It was a really quality game, and it surprised me. Beth is the one in charge of filming the store, I guess you would say, with the games, and she's got pretty good taste, I think. But I rambled. Sorry, got off the case there. But that's just it. They all got lost in the shuffle. Nobody heard of them. Nobody really remembers them because they haven't played them, That's part of the thing with the industry that I'm concerned about. I thought it would die down, but it didn't. It just, since I left 5-6 years ago, it's just got worse and worse. More and more games are coming out, and to me, the quality of some of these just aren't great. Not necessarily the production and all that. It's just the gameplay themselves. I feel like they're half-baked, or they just didn't, get enough development time. But you throw pretty IP on them or pretty miniatures and push them out the door for $250,000 or whatever. I ramble. That's the negative shit of the hobby. I'm hoping one day it'll level itself out and, games will get better. I'm sure they will. There's plenty of designers and new people coming in the hobby all the time with new ideas. So, that's it. That's what me thinks about the Board Game Geek Store experiment. As for the channel, I scratched the itch, like I said. It's helped me out with my recovery a bit. I had fun doing it. I don't want to go back to Gateway Gamer, how it was, 4 games a month. The time that goes into this is, most people don't really understand that unless you do it. Not only the time filming it, but also learning the games. Jen got burnt out on it. I was actually getting burnt out on it before my hands finally gave up to the point where I couldn't do it. So I doubt that'll come back. But like I said, Scott said, hey, could you do it again? Yeah, no problem. It's just not 4 videos a month. So that being said, check out a game you haven't heard of before. See what you think about it, Could surprise you. But as always, get gaming, have fun. As always, keep your head up. Till I see you next time. Get me out! If you want to support BGG, go to their website and become a user. Or you could go to the Board Game Geek YouTube website and like their video. Click subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification button. Or you could go to the Board Game Geek Store, where you'll find board games, promos, accessories, and more. All I am saying is give Scott some cash. Hey, Barry the Ganja Gamer here, and I'm here to show you what BGG Store has in store for you. I'm kidding, Scott. Is it just an equipment test?